To get this big win over a rival on a midweek game?
I mean, for us, we're coming off of a tough weekend on the road. So first game of an 8-game homestand, and you just want to play good. Obviously, you know, it's a big deal when you beat your rival because all you guys are out here and all the fans are out here. But, you know, the challenge for our guys was just play good baseball. And we start Kyle Walter, his first career start, and then we flip the ball to Liggett and Grundy. I mean, the first three guys we run out are true freshmen. And they did a nice job, and we were able to get to some of our older guys, and we put up an early lead there and just played good, clean baseball.
How important was that? Because you had some young guys there early on to get through those first three, and then you went 5 innings without a run for those guys.
You know, this rivalry game has a lot of history. It seems like in the past there's been a few times here at home we've given up those runs early, and now you're behind at home in front of your home crowd, and you're pressing. But I mean, we had to trust those young guys. I mean, you just never know what they're gonna do. But we felt like, you know what, moving forward, this is the second half of the year. I challenge those freshmen. You're really not freshmen anymore. I mean, you've been here since July. It's a long year. It's time to bust through the door. We need those young guys to step up, and they did a good job tonight.
Hawks got out of a tough situation, and then Michael there in the 9th inning as well. So a couple of guys that have thrown it some really got out of key situations.
And I said that on the radio with Sean. I don't want to take it for granted, but Hawks has been doing that all year. I mean, we throw him in some rough situations. And then Michael, it wasn't the cleanest save, but you know, those aren't the easiest outs in baseball, especially against a good lineup, especially in a rival game. They made you earn. I mean, you saw how quality the at-bats were. Backside double with 2 outs, and then, you know, one of their better players is going to move the ball. Like, those were real quality at-bats by really good hitters, and you got to earn it. So, you know, Michael, like I told him out there, man, we trust you, Michael. We'll win or lose with you. He's done an unbelievable job this year, and again, you just got to go with the guys you trust.
How nice has it been to watch this team offensively, just the way they perform? Even in situations here where they needed a run, they were able to get one.
Well, we got 4 2-out RBIs tonight, and it probably eluded us over the weekend, and we couldn't get the big 2-out hit at Florida State. This offense is averaging almost 10 runs a game. But I told them, you're not going to score 10 every game. We needed to win a low-scoring, close game like this. We haven't had a lot of these this year. I don't know if college baseball's had a lot of these this year, honestly, but it's nice when we can pitch, play good defense, and get those 2-out RBIs when needed.
Masterman with another home run, obviously a very key home run, but you've got a couple guys that are kind of chasing each other. Does that kind of push and motivate the long ball hitters a little bit when they're so close to each other?
I don't know if Coach Snyder and Coach Rabel want guys chasing each other for home runs, because it seems like when you try to hit them, you don't hit them. You're right, you know, so it's amazing how many times guys hit him with 2 strikes. So if Masterman said he was trying to hit a home run, I'm going to call him a liar here on national television. But Masterman and Rushing and those guys, Bianco, it's amazing how many they get with 2 strikes, because they're short and they just stay on the ball. They don't try to do too much. And it's just a reminder they're plenty strong. They don't have to try to hit home runs. But I can tell you, my wife with Home Runs for Hope and raising money for Gilda's Club is ecstatic, because, you know, we're probably hitting more home runs than people thought we would. I know Coach Snyder and Coach Rabel said we're going to hit a lot of doubles this year. Really felt like with this lineup, fortunately the ball's just going out of the yard instead of just going in the gap.
Again, last season things were going well and then started snowballing. You ended up playing out of the NCAA tournament. Coming off of that series against Florida State, you get swept. How important is this win to try and mount a run to make sure things don't snowball like they did last season?
Hey, you can't be living in the past now. Come on, we've closed the book on that chapter. But it is something that we addressed. And in college baseball, and probably most sports, you're going to have a tough patch. We talked about Mississippi State and one of the tough weekends they had last year, and my relationship, of course, with them, and just talking about that and the growing pains and how they came out of that storm and they grew closer as a team. So this is something we've prepared the kids for. You don't ever want it, but in the ACC, if you're following the league, it's happening a lot, man. Teams are knocking each other off, and there's a lot of parity. So, you know, we always say, don't get too high, don't get too low. You know, this group needs to be professional, and when you come off a tough weekend, you got to turn the page. I think fortunately when you're playing your rival, they should be up for it, right? Like I tried to say as little as possible today. Try not to make this more than a baseball game. It's awesome that you're all here and the fans are here, but these guys just got to play the game between the lines, and I thought they did a really good job tonight.
You kind of mentioned that now moving forward, a big weekend to start. This is an 8-game homestand now.
Huge. We're halfway through the ACC slate, so we got 15 more ACC games. We're home for the next 6. This is huge, and NC State, like everybody, man, they're good in the league, and this is a good win and get some momentum for these next 7 games.
It's okay. This be a springboard not only from beating your rivalry, but the way you won it. Like I said, you've been averaging a bunch of runs, and you only get 4, and you still pull it out.
Well, something we talk about is we're not one-dimensional. We don't like live and die off the home run or the stolen base or anything. If you're really good in baseball, you have to be able to win all different ways, and so it is a springboard that we won a low-scoring, well-pitched, well-defended game. Can you still play the game when you only have 4, 5, 6 hits as an offense? You have to be. If you're a professional and you're going to be a championship team, you got to be able to win some low-scoring, close games.